Welcome to C.H.A.O.S Podcast. I am your host, Terri. I am a virtual assistant, bookkeeper, and international business strategist. I love leveling up, creating strategies, and thinking outside of the box, especially with serial entrepreneurs because we are impacting the world with new innovations, community collaboration, and global technology. We will discuss strategies that stifle mental chaos so that you can create habits and outstanding success right here on C.H.A.O.S. Hi, Laura. Welcome to C.H.A.O.S.
Thank you.
Creating habits and outstanding success. You are a motivational medium. What I want to do is read your bio. That's one that you gave me. But then I want you to tell me all the juicy secrets, okay? Laura Bears. Is it beers or bears?
Beers, like a couple of beers.
Like a couple, yes. Laura Beers, the motivational medium, is an international motivational speaker, national evidential psychic medium, certified spiritual coach. I'm going to need that. Author and ordained minister located on the central east coast of Florida. Whether she's speaking one-on-one or to thousands, she offers motivational lectures to inspire positive changes in the business place and spiritual events. Whether your grief is one of the 3 Ds, death, divorce, or disaster, her passion is to inform more people about the importance of dealing with grief immediately, instead of ignoring it in hopes it will go away. Laura's goal has always been to bring healing, peace, and love through as she proves that life goes on, just in a different form. Thank you so much, Laura.
Thank you.
That is definitely a place that people get stuck. I've witnessed it, that we get stuck, and it's not that we don't want to move forward. We just don't know how to move forward. And so having a spiritual coach who is skilled and talented in that area, I've never thought of that, but I can think of many times that I would have reached out to you. So I'm glad to meet you, and I'm glad that you're here to talk to us about grief. When did you even recognize that this was your gift?
Well, there's 2 different types of people, generally, the person that's born with these gifts, and I was not that person. I'm the other subset group. I was probably in my 30s when I started just being so interested in, well, I was always interested in bewitched and magic and sparkly things. I just always loved that. But it wasn't until around that age, somewhere around there, that I started reading books on ESP and just reading books about intuition and developing an idea of what's going on. I started to recognize that when the phone rang, I would know who was on the other end.
Wow.
That was really cool. And I started to really understand how I'm so connected to the people in my life. I would know, even though I'm an only child, I would know when my friend, who to me is like a sister, was hurting. Her name would pop in my head. And if I didn't call her, she'd call me. It's just really uncanny how we're connected. And so it was these things that spurred me on. And I found a metaphysical development group And from there, I met the lady that was leading it. She was studying to be a tutor at the Arthur Findlay College in Stansted, England. And so she was teaching British style evidential mediumship, which is connection to the other side, but by
Okay.
using evidence to prove who you've got. So that was how I got into it.
Wow. So when the phone rang, you actually knew who was on the other side?
And that was before caller ID. So
Right.
I will say that it was, just have a connection to people. I think we all do. It's just that some people are more aware of it than others, and you can become more aware of it. And that's the beauty of it, because when you're aware of it, then your whole life, everything you do in your life, your business, your relationships, everything is better because you're guided.
Never thought about it like that. I know when I think of someone I haven't thought of in a long time, I know they're going to arrive in my life some kind of way. Phone call, I'll run into them somewhere. I mean, people who are not even in the state, I'm like, why did I think of them? And then I will run into them.
And be
But
careful who you think about.
I never thought about it as being guided, but I can totally, it resonates with me that, yeah, we are guided. I do teach my clients and friends and family to let go and let it happen. Don't try to control it because you're going to mess it up. So
Exactly.
I get that, but I never thought about it as guided. That is that's a really I don't know the term. It's kind of reassuring, but it's kind of frightening. You know what I mean?
Well, it's not frightening when you have an understanding of what's going on. And then it's also about your faith. So spirituality is really just about believing in, I should say spiritualism, which is actually religion, is about believing in something other than ourselves. And it doesn't matter what it is. That's what I love. It doesn't matter if it's, Jesus, or if it's God, or if it's energy, universal source energy. It doesn't matter what it is. It's a matter of having this faith in something greater than yourself. And I find that very reassuring.
So was it a gradual process for this to become a business,
Oh,
or
goodness, yes.
were you asked to make this a business? Like, will you do me? I'll pay you. That kind of thing.
Oh my goodness. Remember, I was in that subset where I didn't have any gifts and I had to develop what I got. I mean, I had no idea what my gifts were. And, now I know that my gift is talking to the other side and helping with grief. That I know now, but I didn't know that back then. And it took a long time. It took over a decade to figure this all out and to practice enough to where I felt confident in it. It was actually probably 3 years of gradually doing a business before it became a business.
What changed for you from the time when you weren't really sure to the time you became confident? Like, can you remember a pivoting point, something that said, "Hey, it's your purpose. Get to it."
Absolutely. Yeah, I had made a website and I had so many things on the website. I'm an ordained minister, and I do weddings, and I do mediumship, and I do this and I do that and I do that, and it was overwhelming. And so I wanted to get some business advice on my website. So I sent it off to this businessman in the Small Business Association, and he sent it back to me, and he respected person, in business. And when he emailed back, he said, Well, if you ever want to be taken seriously in this business, you need to get rid of all of that woo-woo stuff. And I was blown away.
Yeah.
I was really upset. And I think I cried for 2 days while I thought about it, because here I am. I've been studying for over a decade. I've been practicing this. I know this in my life. I feel this has become my gift. And this man who I thought I respect tells me, oh, you shouldn't be doing that for business. And, I have a conservative business upbringing too. So, that of course rang true as far as that goes, but I have evolved so much past that I said to myself, finally, thank goodness, probably with lots of spiritual help, that, you know what, I need to ignore his advice, and I'm going to go head first into the woo-woo stuff. And it is amazing that when you actually do what you're passionate about, and when you just let it happen, it is amazing how everything opened up. It was wonderful.
Boy, I love your energy about that. I love your energy. You're just like, yes.
It was free.
Like, number one, he probably lost his man card, because you do not say to a woman to get rid of your woo-woo stuff. We live on our woo-woo stuff. That's what we live on. So, that's like asking us our age. Like, you just got your man card taken.
I love that.
And for it to be the catalyst that moved you forward, you just never know where it's going to come from. You never know where it's going to come from. And you gain this confidence. You finally got your feet on the ground. You planted yourself. You seeded yourself. You watered yourself. You knew you were growing. What gave you the confidence to talk about it out loud, to start to market, to start to tell people from the top of the mountain that I am a motivational medium? Now, I know you didn't start off with that wonderful title, because it is great. And your background is extraordinary. I love the butterfly. But it takes us a little time to say it out loud. We feel it, and it's like pushing out of us, like, go, go, go. And we're like, no. So what happened that you could say out loud, I'm a medium and I got this, and I can do this for you?
I love how you're asking that, because in truth, it is so much like that. It's really about self-confidence. It's self-confidence, and it's trust. And I'll tell you what, when you have so many unique things happen to you that it's not a coincidence anymore, when you know that you're getting testimonial after testimonial after testimonial, finally being beat upside the head that maybe there's got to be something here. And it was just owning it and finally being confident about it. And it was a process. It was, because I didn't come into it, as a child. This was a learned skill, which is why I love helping other people to develop their own skills for themselves or whatever purpose. So yeah, it's faith and that confidence for sure.
Yeah, it is. I have a saying on my wall that says, of all the things that you can be in this world, be you. And I wholly believe in that. And I'm proud of you. Thank you. I'm proud of you, because we need we need to hear it, and we need to hear it over and over again. I mean, even for ourselves,
Yeah.
as we gain this confidence, what keeps you motivated?
All the help I'm doing. I mean, to see the results so quickly with people. I have a online virtual class. It's half an hour on Wednesdays, and the people in my class, I'm seeing them progress so incredibly fast just from a half an hour. The feedback in the private group is amazing. These things it's just basic education, but it's life changing to them. It's shifting the way that they think about things, and I just that keeps me going more than anything. Absolutely.
That's great. Where do you find your clients?
A lot are referrals. Absolutely. Thank you for the podcast. A lot are coming from podcasts now, and I do quite a bit of marketing as much as I can. So, but a lot of repeat clients and a lot of referrals.
Yeah, I say it over and over again. My business is 100% referral, but my business is 100% referral because I deal with confidential information. And I guess we could say that about you. You don't think about it that way until you actually think about it, because you are going inside where we are the most secretive, and you are opening us up to ourselves, which is certainly a hard place to be sometimes. Like peeling the onion, and we're not smelling so good. But I do believe that with peeling that onion, that we get knowledge and we gain more self, and with that comes more joy and happiness. Even if we don't like what we found, that we could, gives us more confidence and joy and happiness. Wow. So you're doing a class on Wednesday. I'm sorry, you can ask a question.
No, it's okay. Thank you. I just wanted to say it's with knowledge. It's with knowledge. When you have that knowledge, you're even if it's just of yourself, you know, my reflecting back to you what you didn't even realize of yourself, it's in that where you're empowered. That's why my whole program is called Empowered Spirituality, because it's empowering you as a person to be able to know your truths instead of have them be hidden from us, which a lot of us want our beliefs hidden. We don't want to look at them. We don't want to address it. So it's empowering. It's exciting.
Love your energy. Oh my goodness, I love your energy. um, yeah, I got things coming up on my site. What is going on here?
You might have people watching, which would be really cool on Facebook Live.
Yeah, that would be really cool. um, Medium. Tell us about the class. Is that something that a person can enter in at any time, or do you have a begin and end date for that?
Yeah, no, you can enter in at any time. It's a monthly topic, but each week is a different subject of that topic. And everything is recorded. So the half hour is a recorded session. And if you can't make it live, which, you know, I prefer if you could make it live, because then we can interact. You can get feedback right away. If you have questions, you can get those answers. But if not, I have one client who she works during the day when I'm having it, which is Wednesdays at 2. So she comes in at night and she'll watch the video, and then she'll post any questions or feedback she wants in the group. So it's a very intimate, private, confidential, other than the group, class. It's really, really fun to see everyone's experiences and growth in it.
How do we gain access to the class?
You can go to my website, themotivationalmedium.com / the word elite, ELITE.
Okay, you all can find that. That link will be in the description of the script and on her blog page. So get in there. Get to know yourself. Don't be scared. She'll give you the velvet boot. But it's so enlightening and so and powerful. Like you said, it is. What are you going to do next for us?
Oh,
You got another class. You got another book. She has a book. Tell us about your book. Sorry. Tell us about your book. I didn't mean to change lanes on you that quick, but tell us about your book.
Thank you. I'll just answer your first question first. Probably coming up next is going to be starting to go back to events. Hopefully in the middle of July, definitely the beginning of August will be, events. Until then, I'm actually doing a wedding. And I'm working on the audio version of my book. I can show my book to you if you'd like.
Oh, you got it. Yes. And that be on the script also where you get her book. The motivationalmedium.com / is a book.
Yes.
Yes.
Nice and easy.
Tell us about the book.
Thank you. Well, it's really cool that you asked me some of the questions that I answer in the book, like the story about the businessman telling me about that's in the book. It's about my spiritual journey, but it's really fun, and it's a fun and easy read. It's in color. It's about my box collection and how it's analogized to my spiritual path, at the same time. So I have pictures of these beautiful little trinket boxes, or like you can see this one, the jewelry box. That's a jewelry box. And I have lots of them in there, but there's different stories about my life. It's pretty intimate. I shared a lot of things in there about being an empath, understanding what that is, and how I've worked with not feeling everybody else's feelings, how it's rough. It can be rough.
Yes.
There's lots of stories about grief, lots of stories about that.
Okay.
I have my baby girl. She was a calico cat. She passed away last February, and she gave us the most beautiful experience I've ever had. And us being my husband and my other cat, Bryce, her brother, and she opened me up to mediumship for animals, for animal communication. Wow. It was just stunning. So there's a picture of her in there. There's a story about when I went to France with my cousin. There's just a variety of different stories of my coming to my own spirituality, gaining that confidence that we were talking about, and a lot about grief, because I've had a lot of grief in my life, and I think that's probably why I'm good at working with people. So,
right.
Yeah.
Exactly. You really can't you can't empathize, and you can't go deep with individuals if you haven't experienced it. And you have some spiritual cards.
Yeah, I do actually.
We haven't talked about that, but I spotted them on the website. I was like, ooh.
They're fun. I was so inspired to use the butterfly background. This is a beautiful photograph that one of my best friends, Juanice, she took. And she is an amazing photographer, and she lent me a lot of her copyrighted photographs to use in my business. So I use them a lot because I just think they're so stunning. And one day I was meditating, and Spirit said, you need to make a card deck. And I'm like, what? And of course, I have to have beautiful flowers on them. So they're 36 flower cards. All of them are individually different. And the reason why I chose those flowers are to help raise your vibration. So when you
Nice.
get this deck of cards, they're going to raise your vibration because of the beauty of the flowers alone. But when you turn them over, the back side is each one is different, and it kind of coincides with the flower. It was all channeled. Every ounce of it was channeled, and they have different
Wow.
words like um, I'm on the spot.
Right.
Um, compromise.
Oh, those kind of words.
Yeah, and then it'll have a little saying about what that means, and beauty and things like that. So each day, whenever you need it, you can pull a card and then be inspired. So it's not a tarot card deck. It's not
Right, right.
anything like that. I wanted it to be something that you could use whenever you want to inspire you.
Sounds motivational.
Yeah.
What's been your biggest challenge?
My self-confidence, you know.
That's a very popular one. Our self confidence. Yeah, it's a very popular one, and I just learned the term imposter syndrome. I had heard it before, but I never really dug into it, and I actually learned the word, and it's very appropriate for entrepreneurs.
It is.
New business owners that need to grow and haven't. That is my market. Individuals who are going through growing pains, and they don't recognize that they cannot grow without getting some help, but they can't yet afford full-time help. So I am that bridge that bridges that administrative gap, just as you are that bridge that bridges that mental gap.
Exactly.
Okay, I can see that.
It's
I'm not going to
beautiful.
hold you long. Uh, there'll be a listening gift. Me and Laura haven't talked about it, but I give a gift at each podcast. So we're going to get a listening gift from Laura. And we're going to put that link on her blog. And it's been, of course, it's been great. I can say it's been great and wonderful and all those things. But it's really been inspirational that there is someone somewhere that you can reach out to in your moments of confusion, disillusion, doubting of your faith, and we need that. And you have a class. Yes, you could just sign up and do it for yourself. So, yes, thank you so much, Laura. It is a pleasure
Thank
and an
you.
honor to have you.
Thank you. I think what you do is amazing too, bringing people what they need, but in such an incredible way. So it's an
Yeah,
honor to talk to you and be with you today. Thank you for having me.
right here on C.H.A.O.S, creating habits and outstanding success. Thank you, Laura. Have a great evening, and I hope we get to speak to you again soon.
Absolutely. Thank you.
I want to thank you for listening because this podcast is for you. And don't forget to get your listening gift. You can go to listeninggift.com. That's LISTENING gift.com. Compliments and constructive criticism are welcome. If there is anything you would like me to talk about, just hit me up. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn at Coach Terri Lynn. That is Coach T as in Tom, ERRILYNN. And remember, create habits and outstanding success with us right here on C.H.A.O.S.